What's up, guys? It's Ben from North Carolina. I have the sun just coming up this morning and I'm about to take a flight. I want to talk to you guys a little bit about how I got into the sport of paramotoring. Come join me on this flight. Let's go. A little bit of that fog layer that we've been seeing in the mornings here in North Carolina. Guys, I wanted to talk a little bit today about how I got into paramotoring. The first time I became aware of paramotoring was probably many years ago, but I just didn't imagine it was something I would ever do. Kind of like looking at a hang glider. I just didn't know anyone. I have a friend or family member or anyone else who was into the sport. And so it just never occurred to me. But of course, along comes YouTube. I watch people who are sailing around the world. And one of those sailors has a past in aviation. A video popped up of course, Tucker Gott flying to McDonald's. And the second I saw that, I had to go look at a million other videos and try to understand what in the world I was seeing. I had been familiar with paragliders. I may have even had a loose sense that there was such a thing as a paramotor, but it just didn't feel like something that was accessible to me. Wasn't sure that it would be safe. This was kind of a renewed opportunity for me to kind of explore it. And I get to watch one video after another, watch some things about the training, hear some advice from pilots. Look at that beautiful view. Little cloud cover creeping in over the farm. Trying to understand every aspect of the sport. The equipment, the flight dynamics, the training. There's so much to it. People are not aware of the sport of paramotoring. And in fact, if you were to look at the population of the US, over 300 million Americans, 200 million adults, 99.5% of those people, it never occurs to them that they want to become a pilot, fixed wing, commercial, or otherwise. And we see airplanes in the sky all the time. So what would make you believe that some large portion of the population even knows about or aspires to fly in the sky with a paramotor? I mean, it's not something that would appeal to everyone, but it's a cool thing about some of the videos that people are sharing online. They're enlightening others to what this sport is all about and what the training is like. For the vast majority of people, you would never want to get into the air with a paramotor without some training from an experienced and reputable instructor. So for me, that was my path. I reached out to MojosFlightSchool, out to Donald over there, and the guy's amazing. He hooked me up immediately with a introductory course, and I'd recommend that to anyone. If a school offers that, you can go and kind of become familiar with the equipment and actually put your hands on it. Have a conversation with pilots and instructors and just kind of answer some of your basic questions before you are to take a leap and get into the full training. Because it's expensive. You know, the training's expensive, the equipment is expensive, and you want to make sure that it's something that you're really into before you make that leap. Because the training was local to me, I was able to stretch it out over the course of weeks, and if the weather wasn't cooperating, no big deal. We could just arrange for another day to get back up there.
So I actually kept notes about my training, including the first 9 sessions, and what we did in each session, including ground handling, trying on the motor, power taxiing, and attempted launches. of which I had 2 failed launches before I finally got in the air. And after less than 2 months, I was up and flying.
Hey guys, down below in the comments, leave a note about how you became interested in paramotoring. Was it a video you saw online? Is it someone you know, a family member or a friend who already flies? Or was it something else?
So that was kind of my path into the sport. And then of course from there you just need seat time, right? You just spend more and more time getting up in the air, flying around, and kind of progressing through different skill sets. I should mention, before I even went to training, one of the first things I did was go out and purchase some reading material, including the PPG Bible, which is kind of the standard on paramotoring.
Please consider subscribing.
I'm a relatively new pilot, so I'm not an expert by any stretch. But I'm trying to make videos about my experiences and what I'm learning about paramotoring as I kind of go through my progression and as all these ideas occur to me. So I just want to share that with others. I hope you guys enjoy it. Make sure to come back, check out my next flight.